age who didn't have a crush on Linda Ronstadt back in the day. And Creedence Clearwater Revival, it is 102.3 WHTL in Whitehall, Wisconsin. 11 o'clock time now for Open House.
It's time for the Open House on WHTL.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent?
You're joking, right? I don't joke about real estate.
With the Hanson Real Estate Group.
I never understood why people are so afraid to eat at an open house.
I know.
The Open House starts right now.
And it's Wednesday, which means Open House, and I'm being joined by Josh Baecker, one of the pros over at Hanson Real Estate Group. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark.
How are you, sir?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
Not bad. I tell you, this weather's been pretty good. We're going to hang on to this as long as we can.
Amen to that. I love this kind of weather.
I do, too. I mean, it's beautiful for sleeping at night. The days are just great, but, you know, winter's on the way.
It is. This is a reminder that it's coming.
Of course, the hunters are probably happy with that, though. You know, they probably don't mind that. So.
Oh, definitely.
Now, you've got something on your mind today, and home warranty plans. You know, that's something most people never think about.
Yeah, and we don't see them a lot in our more rural market. You see them more in, like, the city, Eau Claire, La Crosse, Galesville. You kind of get down those ways.
What are they exactly?
It's a insurance policy that you take out. Usually the seller will pay for it. The buyer will write it into the offer that way. But buyers can pay for it, too, if they would like one. It's a 1-year warranty from closing on, you know, any, I want to say appliances, but other fixtures of the property, your furnace, central air, a water heater, garage opener, dishwasher, you know, stove, refrigerator.
Sure.
It's a warranty against those things if they would fail within a year of closing. So I think you have to pay $100 service fee or so in order for them to come out and fix it. But otherwise, the insurance policies themselves are, you know, anywhere from $400 to $1,000. There's different levels that you can get, different coverages. So obviously, if you want more covered, you have to buy a more expensive plan. But it kind of gives you some reassurance that if things go out, you're covered. And it'll only cost you. Usually the seller pays for it, and it's a marketing tool. So the buyer, on the buyer's end, if something will fail, you know, 3 months after you close, your water heater goes out.
Right.
You got to pay the $100, but then they come and replace the water heater.
Now, it would seem to me that if it's a brand new built home, the likelihood of needing this would be less than if it's an older property.
Correct. On a brand new home, realistically, you should have a few years, if not a couple decades of without those things really going down. So a lot of times we see them on a newer home that's, you know, 15, 20 years old or so. Your home is still good, but things start to go out, like your central air, your furnace. Yeah,
we replaced ours here about a year ago, so I know what that's like.
And especially, you know, dishwashers probably have like a 5-year life.
Sure.
But, you know, those bigger things, central air units and furnaces are obviously bigger ticket items nowadays with prices going up. So if you're looking at a home or selling, if I was a seller too, selling a home, it gives your buyers a lot better feeling knowing that they're covered if a furnace goes out, which is, I want to say likely to happen, but as they get older, it's just a possibility. So when you buy a home, a furnace expense, you know, can be, I don't know, anywhere from $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, depending on what you get. Maybe even more if you get bigger, more efficient models. I don't know what they all are out there.
Right.
But that could be a cost that really handcuffs you after purchasing your new home.
So this doesn't cover the structure like roofs and that kind of thing. This is more for the stuff that's inside a home that's part of the appliances and part of the fixtures, I guess.
Correct. I don't think they cover the roof in any form. I haven't seen one.
That's probably more home insurance, I would think.
Yep, but this will cover more of the fixture items and appliance items inside the home, and washer dryers as well.
Sure.
So it just kind of gives you some comfort when you're buying the home.
Now, if you want to get this insurance policy, what's the best way to do that? Is it to talk to a realtor or talk to your bank? How does this work?
Yep. Usually the realtors will take care of it for you. So, I mean, there's several of them out there. Like I said, we don't deal with it a whole lot around here. So there's been a few companies that I've used in the past that you just contact and they send you. You kind of pick which coverage you want. Obviously, the buyer or seller, whoever's paying for it, you know, needs to choose what level they want. And then it's part of the closing statement, and, you know, they get paid out, and then you have insurance for a year after you purchase it. So it's pretty simple. But we just don't see a lot of it around here. People aren't used to it around here. You see it in cities more, especially because you're competing. You know, there's just a bigger market. There's more houses. So you're you stand out a little bit if you have a home warranty plan.
I would assume that it's probably just as important in the rural areas out here as it would be in the big cities. You know, it'd be a lot more older homes here, I think, that you would probably find in a big city too.
Yep, correct. We do have a lot more older homes, so I don't know why we haven't seen it more around here. But yeah, you just typically see it a lot more in the more urban populations instead of around here.
Maybe we'll see it pick up now.
It might. Like I said, it's just kind of nice because there are no warranties once we close. Like, we'll do the walkthrough, and that's typically why we like to do the walkthroughs that I've talked about previously, just to make sure the water heater isn't out, to make sure the furnace is working if there's cold weather out there, just to make sure everything is working when you go to sign those papers. Because once you sign those papers, it's yours.
It's yours.
There is no warranty if you don't have a home warranty plan. If you wake up the next morning and the water heater's gone bad, that's your problem to fix.
Yep. So it's kind of just one more little safeguard other than the walkthrough and the pre-inspection of the home by a professional. It's just one more layer of protection for the buyer.
Correct. We do those other steps to try and, catch them beforehand, but the truth is they can happen right after closing. And, of course, a lot of times you'll see that happen just by the grace of God.
Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing how that works.
Murphy's Law applies even in real estate sometimes.
Yes, it does. If anything can go wrong, it will.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it works. Now, property-wise, it looks like you've got a couple of interesting properties here that you want to talk about today.
Yeah, I have a couple auction properties I have online going right now. So I had the open house on my Oak Street property in Blair on Friday. So that one will close on Tuesday, October 22nd here, start closing at 6 p.m. So that's a one-bedroom, one-bath, a smaller home on a double lot in Blair. So it's a pretty nice property. If you haven't seen it yet, go online and check it out, or you can give me a call if you want to schedule a tour of it.
It's a cute little house.
It is. It's pretty efficient living. So, I mean, it's got I think it has older windows on it, so you might want to look at doing that. But otherwise, it's just a nice little efficient home. I think the furnace is newer. The water heater is newer. It's just replaced. It doesn't have a date on it, but you can tell it's been recent.
And you don't see many double lots in Blair. You really don't.
No.
So it's got a lot of room on it if you wanted to add a shed or something like that. Now, does the property have a garage?
It's got a attached garage. It wasn't built originally with it. They kind of added on later. So it's not insulated. It's got a gravel floor. But there is a place you could pull your car in if you wanted to. And it does have, on that second lot, there is a shed. It's an older building, was probably a barn at one point.
Right.
When the town was smaller, and now it's just converted it's split in the middle. It's got two sheds on it.
So this is an online auction only?
Correct.
Okay. And if people want to check it out, what's the best way to do that if they want to go look at it online and maybe even bid on it?
You can go on our website, hregroup.com or hansonauctiongroup.com. You can find it both ways. And
the second is a property, also an online auction only, over in Arcadia.
Yep, I have a property on Fairfield Avenue by the school up there. It's going at online-only auction, be 512 Fairfield Avenue. It's just a garage on a city lot. So it's a pretty big lot, about 100 by 200 roughly, and it's just a two-car garage. The gentleman had purchased the property and built a garage with the intent of building a house onto it later when he retired. Just life happens, and he never got around to it, so now he wants to sell the property. But it is designed to have a house added onto it. It's got a 9-foot foundation on one side, so you can add a basement.
So the garage is there, and it's already been basically set up for a home, so you could easily build a home on it.
Yep. Like I said, he's got the 9-foot foundation designed for a basement to be added onto it. I think there's even a slot there so that they can connect how they're supposed to be connected. In-floor heat, it's stub for in-floor heat. The plumbing's in there. He doesn't have the actual unit on there, but you can have in-floor heat on it. There's a floor drain in there. 2x6 construction, so it's not 2x4 walls, it's 2x6, insulated and drywalled. So it's a pretty nice property.
It does
you got
sound.
water, sewer at the street, so
And
it's not too far.
up by the school, that's pretty attractive too, especially for people who have a family or want to build a family home up by the school. This would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's a great lot and great location. Walk to school, walk to the parks. It's a good spot. So there's not a whole lot of lots in Arcadia to build on, and part of the work's already done for you.
It's already got a garage. Can't beat that. You can check that online too at hregroup.com. And if people want to call you and arrange to look at these properties, what's the best way to do that?
My cell phone, you can call or text 715-533-4114. My email is also josh@hregroup.com if you prefer to use email.
All right, Josh, always good to see you. Josh Baecker with Hanson Realty Group. Appreciate you coming in, and good information about the home warranties. That's definitely something I think maybe worth considering if you've got a property that you want to sell.
Yeah, it's definitely a good marketing tool. So,
and it could be certainly a good peace of mind thing if you buy a property that's got one that you can use. So.
Yep, that way too.
All right, Josh, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Have a great week.
Good to see you, Mark. Thanks again.
Hey, not a problem. Josh Baecker with Hanson Realty Group on Open House here on WHTL.